Sylvan Learning is the leading provider of personal learning for students in kindergarten through 12th grade. They continue to transform how students learn and inspire them to succeed while also providing support to the entire family. As we enter 2025, we're also marking the beginning of the second half of the school year. Shauna Stewart and Laura Vollmer with Sylvan Learning Peoria Center are here with tips to help students reset as they head back to school and hopefully offer them a new perspective. Welcome, ladies. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we know there are different types of kids. Those who are excited to be back in school, those who aren't, those who did their winter reading, and those who didn't. So what are some tips for kids to go back with this fresh perspective?
Sure. Some of the big ones that we like to share are for kids to read for 20 minutes every day. It's very important to make sure they're reading or listening to somebody read to them. And then doing math facts every day. Practicing those for 20 minutes is also very important to increase their math skills as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let Shauna share a couple more.
Yeah, of course. Also, study skills are also really important for the students to be practicing as they go into this new school year. So make sure that they're setting goals, long-term, short-term goals, and that they are really working on those study tips to be successful this school year.
Nice. So taking these tips, how can parents actually put them in practice? What does a daily math question look like? Or how do you ensure or get them to be interested in reading for 20 minutes? Because to a kid, that's a long time. So what tips and advice do you have for parents to start these things?
Sure. We like to talk to parents about finding the kids' interest. That's the biggest thing about finding the right book for a child, because if you're reading something you're not interested in, as you probably are aware, you're not going to continue reading it or you're not going to comprehend it.
Right.
So finding that interest level is great. Finding games online for the math facts are also very important. Just instead of flashcards, those aren't always fun. So finding some kind of a game, a timed game, is very important for kids for the math facts. And, you know, setting goals is important. Communication with the teacher, I think, is also really important to know if they need, like, what they need, what math facts they need, and how their reading is going. And that piece is important too.
Because a big part of it is knowing how the student learns so you can best help them. So let's talk about some of the services that you all offer. What do you guys have for students and parents?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the best way for parents to learn where their students are at is to come in, and we offer assessments. So we offer assessments on reading, writing, math, study skills. We even offer diagnostic tests if students are going to start taking the ACT test or the SAT test. Those are things that we can help with, just so that, you know, families can get an idea on where their student is at.
And with these assessments, how much do they cost? Or how do parents really get into them?
Yeah, it's a $49 assessment fee, and then they can go to our website or they can give us a call and we can get that booked for them. Their student will come in, take an assessment, and we'll just see where they're at and then have a meeting with that family on what we can do to better help support their student.
Nice. And let's talk about the tutors you guys have. How do you train your tutors? How are they equipped to help the different types of students and the different subjects?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So we have a program. It's through what we call Sylvan University, and they have probably 8 to 10 hours that they do training on the computer. So they learn all of our different programs, and then we also do, we have them sit down with a expert teacher, is what we say, and then just do some observations, and then they do some co-teaching as well. And then we put them on their own, kind of just being watched. So there's at least 10 hours of training to make sure they're really prepared. And a lot of our teachers are either going to be teachers, they're in college, or they are actual practicing teachers.
Nice, nice. Now, you told us the cost for the assessment. What is your availability, and how can parents really sign their kids up after they take the assessment?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So we are open for like classes from 4 to 7 Monday through Thursday, and then 9 to 12 on Saturdays. After a student takes an assessment, their family will meet with me as the director, and we'll just go through how they did on the assessment. All of our plans for the students are individualized, so their learning plan is based on their assessment. Wow. So that's really important too.
So you guys offer classes and individual tutors?
Their plan is individualized. Their learning plan is. So the plan that they're working on is based on how they did on their assessment.
Nice. Well, it sounds like you guys are making an impact. Students, I mean, this is something to take advantage of. I know there are classes, even when I got older, I'm like, I could have benefited from a little extra help. Having a tutor, getting extra help doesn't mean that you're behind. It just means that you want to go far. So I appreciate you ladies coming in and sharing, and hopefully you encourage more parents, families, and students to come and get some extra help from you all.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. If you're someone you know would like to join us here on In the Know, just head to 25newshour.com, follow the Features tab to In the Know, and submit the form. Stick with us. We'll be back after the break.